It's a beautiful day today. Not so warm, not so hot, not too cold. It's just chilly. Look at this. I'm just wearing a t-shirt today. Just wearing a t-shirt. But wearing this t-shirt in the middle of December, just before Christmas, is funny to talk about when you're outside of California, or Southern California for that fact, or Phoenix, Arizona. And here in Texas, it's warm enough to walk around in a t-shirt. Now, a few days ago, it was very cold. I didn't vlog that much this week. I've been busy trying to take care of personal life and getting things in order. And just really working on getting a job. I took on a few gigs, which helped a lot this week. I worked for this lady who owned an apartment. She needed to get some Excel documents made for inventory of all the equipment, you know, like the expensive stuff like the stove, refrigerator, dishwasher, stuff like that is which you usually get in an apartment. Well, she wanted to get serial numbers on all the new appliances because eventually she wants to replace the old stuff with the new stuff in every apartment. She just bought the building like 2 years ago, and now she has a little bit of money to replace all the appliances in all the apartments, but some of that stuff has already been done. Like when something breaks down, they replace it with a new appliance. She needs to get inventory on all the old stuff so she can do that. Plus, you know, she wants to make all the floors wooden floors. So she wanted to take account all the floors that had carpet, unmatched tiles or flooring, and she's going to redo the flooring for all the apartments, for any apartments that need it. And it wasn't just that, it was a lot of things like the vent hood for the stove, doors that need to be replaced. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, there's a lot involved in managing an apartment. You really don't think so because you live there. For those who live in an apartment, you live there, so you're not really thinking about what's happening in the front office. There's a lot going on. People, you know, complain about something. They need to get something fixed. And, of course, they have a work order. They have to fix it. It's part of their rental agreement. Plus, they get complaints from certain tenants that are complaining about their neighbors, and they have to attend to that. They have to take reports. Plus, you got to go to court for evictions or possible evictions. You got to, you know, they got to jump the money off all the checks they get for the rent. There's a lot involved. I mean, man. When I was little, I actually thought about building an apartment building and managing one. And eventually, you know, do something like what she's doing. But there's a lot involved, and I think that wouldn't have been something that I really would have enjoyed. Seriously. I love IT. I love being a geek, and managing an apartment building is definitely something I don't want to do. If I was an IT person for a apartment management company, I'll do that. Recent announcement by Google. Google is no longer going to give their Google apps for free. At one time, they had it where Google apps was going to be free for up to 50 users. Of course, you were subject to advertising on your email, the Gmail accounts. But it was good because if you have a company of under 50 people, there was really no point in, you know, doing anything more, really. But they recently announced that they're going to, well, they went from 50 people like about a year ago to 10 people. They lowered it down to 10 people. But to maintain something like that, a company portal that's not really making any money, it takes a lot to run something like that. And how they make money on Google.com and Gmail and all that stuff is through advertising. And because Google has a really strong advertising venue, Google advertising, AdSense and all that stuff, AdWords, make a lot of money. They make a lot of money. And because they make so much money, they're able to sustain the other services that they offer. They really don't make a lot of money from YouTube or from, like YouTube is really an expense to Google. They really don't make a lot of money providing that service for free. I mean, and pretty much YouTube is free for any user. Now, they do sell some services like customization of home pages. You know, like Microsoft has the Microsoft YouTube page, Windows YouTube page is customized. And so a lot of companies will pay the extra dollar so that they can have a fancier YouTube homepage or profile page. So of course they make money doing that, and of course to have something like that, you do need to spend a good amount of money. Another way of customizing your homepage is if you're a YouTube broadcaster that does get a lot of hits and a lot of views. Like for instance, known Chris Perillo, he has a couple of extra features that I don't have. And like for instance, you can actually go live. So they have YouTube Live, where you can do live video on call, just like Ustream, but better. It's actually better than Ustream. Now, to have YouTube Live, you got to purchase certain equipment, and it costs lots of money. But YouTube won't get that to you for free. You have to be a partner, first of all, of YouTube, which is very easy to do. All you got to do is sign up for AdSense and associate it to your YouTube account, and then you're a partner. That's easy. You don't have to have any views to do that. And if you do get a lot of views, you make money on your YouTube videos. I make a couple of dollars here and there. I don't make a lot of money yet, but as time goes on, that's going to improve. Then, if you actually have the money, like a company or you're a person who has a lot of money, you can contact Google to customize your YouTube page. I think there are still limits to what you can do, but your page can be a little bit different. Like you can make it like a MySpace page, you know, but better, of course, better designed. Yeah, the Google apps, they got rid of their free service. Now, Microsoft was never able to do that. In fact, if Microsoft was able to, they would have lost a lot of money. Google realized that too. Google realized that they were losing a lot of money by giving away 10 user accounts for Google Apps. Now you got to pay for it. But if you have an old account already, if you have a Google Apps account, the free version already, you're able to keep the 10 user account or 50 if you signed up before a certain date, for however long they're going to do that. Now, at some point, they may start charging. Now, sHiZ, this YouTube account that you're looking at right now, is associated to a domain of mine. It's actually a subdomain, and it's g.serient.net, and I use that as my subdomain to YouTube or to Google Apps so I can host this YouTube page. Because I have a few more YouTube pages, most of my YouTube pages are associated to my corporate Google Apps account, and I'm using that 10 user account for free. So in the meantime, you know, for now at least, my YouTube page and my Google Apps account is free. Microsoft Office 365 is going to continue to be $6 per user per month. And the only reason why it's that cheap now is because Google Apps is on their services for $5 a month per user. Now, keep in mind, Google Apps is very, not as intensive, not as, how can I say it? There's a lot more to Office 365 than Google Apps. There is. There's a lot more. Most corporations will go with Office 365 because it's more familiar, like SharePoint, Exchange, Link, which is the old communicator. And so it's more familiar, people are used to it, and they're not going to switch to a Google type service because it's only $1 cheaper per user per month. They're going to stick with what they know. All right, let me make it across the street. I'm jaywalking now. All right, sorry about that. I had to run across the street. So yeah, Google Apps, I mean, it's a good service though. If you have Google Apps, even though there's a lot of rumors, Microsoft made a Gmail commercial that talked about how Google uses the information in the email for advertising purposes. So your privacy information is not secured with Google. Google promises to provide that privacy, especially if you're a company that has a lot of private documents. And if you're a technology company, knowing that Google does this, even though they don't, but that's because of that rumor. If you're a technology company, I would not go with Google because Google can use that information that comes in your emails, that the documents that are stored in Google Docs, and use it to their advantage, especially if you have a really good idea that they can use. But Google does say that they have privacy on check. If that's true, hey, go with Google. It's up to you. I mean, what you have to do is when you decide to move from your current email situation to a more corporate email situation, like Google Apps or Office 365, is to try out both. Both services, I believe on Google Apps you can do this. Both services offer a trial service. You can try it out for a couple of, for like 30 days. Try it out. Try both out. Play with it. You get 10 users on Google. You get 25 on Office 365. You get like 5 or 6 people to play with it and do a trial run. Figure out which one is best for you and your company. All right, I'm going to stop the recorder for a second.